Are you proud of the person you've become?
Yeah. In certain aspects, yes. I feel like, of course, I can improve. I feel like we can always improve. But in the sense where, because I'm not going to sit here and say I have complete control over my emotions.
Yeah.
I don't. And I wouldn't be growing if I said I did. You know, I do not have complete control over my emotions. That is what I am still working on. And that's okay. What I feel like I'm proud of is the fact that I'm so self-aware now. And like, I'm able to talk myself through and just be a little bit more positive than I used to be in the past. Because if I didn't change those parts of myself, I would be in a completely different place right now. And I'm just very proud to say that I no longer want to be miserable. Like, not that I wanted to in the past, but yeah, I kind of wanted to in the past. Yes, I would. If I was allowing it, then I kind of wanted it. I was too comfortable in that misery, and I'm not comfortable with it anymore.
Lili, I'm so proud. This is like, you sound so like profound about your own self, bro.
I've done a lot of work. Can you tell the isolation has helped?
Yeah,
like it's helped, but also
crazy.
like, it's. I've done a lot of like just inner work with myself to just realize like, you have things to work on. That is okay. Can it be somebody else's fault? Yeah, sometimes it's your own fault, but like either way, at the end of the day, you're the one that's gonna have to work on it. So work on it. Like just a lot of thought process. I'm proud of myself.
What are your life goals?
This may sound very cliche. To be happy and financially stable.
I mean, cliche, but like we all need it.
Like happy and financial, because I feel like you can be financially stable and not happy.
Yeah.
And then you can also be happy and not financially stable.
Yeah.
What I want is both. Like, and whether that be with like a partner and a family, or that be like by myself deciding whether I want to like, you know, live alone which I doubt I'm going to do, by the way, because I don't know, I love, but like, that's something about me that hasn't changed. I'm a lover girl.
No, it's funny. So when I was doing the whole like, how do I describe Lili? I wrote passionate, caring, loving at first, and I was like, I feel like empathetic is a better word. So like, but loving is definitely a big part of you.
Yeah, it is. But like, I feel like that part of myself I guard a lot more now, because of the fact that
what you experience.
I've been hurt, and maybe not as bad as other people. Not that it's a comparing thing, but just my feelings are just so big that when something small happens, I feel it like times 10.
Yeah.
And I've always been like that. That's just, you know, brain chemistry of mine. Womp womp. But like, that's also, I'm learning to embrace that. That's, whoa. But like, yeah, I don't know. I want to be just happy and financially stable. Like, and if I want to go back to school for that. Like, I didn't even want to, you know, I didn't want to freaking go to college. I don't know what school I want to go to, but I want to know what I want for my career. It's so weird, because this is why I feel like I'm behind. I'm 23 and I don't know what I want to do. But at the same time,
but I think everyone's in that, because I'm doing all of this, have a job, everything. I still don't know what exactly I want to do.
Like what you want, like your career for the rest of your. Because when you really think about it, that's heavy.
Yes.
For the rest of my life.
As a kid, it was like, oh, be the president.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, no.
Like, but at the same time, it's like, that's really heavy stuff.
Yeah.
What do I feel so passionately about that I want to do for the actual rest of my 5 days a week for 40 years?
And go through the ups and downs of it too.
And it's just like, what is worth?
What is yes.
And it's just like, I think what I like is like stuff like this, like the creative stuff, and like I love singing and like you know, dancing and stuff and all that. And it's just like, I feel like I haven't embraced that part of myself in years, and that's what I'm gonna start to do now, because of the whole self-isolate. Like, I have not been.
Yeah.
But like, it's like even baking and stuff. I used to do baking, and then it's like, fuck it, I might go to culinary school, you know?
Fuck it, try it, yeah.
And dude, I was on the couch at 9 years old, the Food Network channel, cookie championship. Like, and I was like, no, she should have won. And I was like, dang, those cookies look so good. All through high school I was baking, and then it stopped.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I really enjoyed that. I enjoy singing. Can I make a career off of that? Probably not. I'm not the greatest.
I mean, but you can still try though.
Yeah, I can go to vocal lessons and stuff like that. And it's just like, that's something I've been thinking about. But it's like, at the same time, I'm not pushing myself. Like, I'm not getting a second job so I can fund my hobbies, you know?
Yeah.
Which is like, I'm also not helping myself by not doing that. Like,
Yeah.
yes, is it going to take more work? Is that what I want my career to be? Having 2 jobs so that I can fund my hobbies type of shit? Like,
literally what I'm doing.
Like, I've been thinking about this so heavy, you don't even know. Like, I've been thinking about it, like, so bad. Like, it's just, like, sometimes I just want to hop in front of a camera and just talk.
Honestly, like, obviously it starts off like being hard and stuff, but like now I'm so comfortable doing it. So it's like just the more you do it, the more comfortable you become.
I mean, I do this by myself. I just never post anything. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. That's probably the hardest part. Is actually hitting posts. Yes.
The hitting posts, because I used to post on my Instagram stories a lot and just talk advice of the day, whatever. I love doing that. I don't know. After once I started putting myself in isolation, I started getting embarrassed, I guess.
Probably got insecure about it.
And then it's just like, why?
And the spiral happens, and then...
and then I was like not able to get myself out. And so it's like now I'm out, and it's just like, fuck it, I might start posting again, like. And it always starts small for me, like with the stories and stuff, because I did used to go live once upon a time ago. Like, whoa, that's still crazy to me that I think about it, because like me going live now, but like, nobody really cares that much. Like, if you really think, like, whoever likes it will watch it, and whoever does it will go tap.
That's exactly what I have to like tell myself when I'm doing this stuff. It's like sometimes I'm like at home, look at the views, like, no, they're not high. But I'm like, it's not really about that. It's about me like getting my outletting my creativity, my
connecting to people that relate.
Yeah.
And I feel like, okay, I feel like one day you're gonna blow up. I don't give a fuck, especially with this one.
So.
Especially with this little one right here. You did your big one.
Thank you.
This is something now. I don't feel like a lot of people put out content like this. Like,
and that's another reason why I did it, because I'm like, a lot of people our age, they're like doing like the balloon challenge and just all like the silly Instagram stuff and stuff.
Challenges are fine, but I feel like that was so middle school, high school of us, you know? And I feel like, can we grow as a society and talk about like real things?
On age. And I look and I go around sometimes and I hang out with other people that are my age, and they're just kind of just selfie. I'm just like, dude, like, oh my God, like, can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now?
And like, even if I don't blow up tomorrow, next year, whatever, like, this stuff is always gonna be there, and it's always gonna
resonate
helpful.
with someone.
Exactly.
Yes, it's gonna resonate with somebody.
I'd rather put out something that's like gonna have substance 10 years from now rather than something that's popping for a month or two. How will you use your own self-discoveries to accomplish your life goals?
I feel like remembering to stay positive is the main thing for me.
I was like, you want to be happy, so like, how are you?
Yeah, so that it's like, I was actually having a conversation about this last night, funny enough, with somebody where it was like, they said that they like used to be like, I'm gonna choose to be happy, and so they were happy, and they find it a little bit more difficult now. And I felt like the same way. And then just obviously, like I said, this past week has been like when I tell you eye-opening, like I didn't know a week could make such a difference. Like I had no idea that usually this would take me like a few months.
Yeah.
No, within a week, bitch, turn it around. Like, let's go. Like I said, saw negativity in somebody, I'm gonna step back. I'm sorry, I don't need that. I'm choosing myself and my happiness. And it's been working out great. You do choose to be happy.
Yeah.
You do choose to be happy. And I feel like, yes, it gets harder as you get older because life. Like, whatever the hardest thing is that you went through, my sister told me this. My sister's so wise. I love her. She is so wise. I love her. But my sister said, she was like, the hardest thing that you've gone through is the worst thing that you have gone through. And the hardest thing that I have gone through is the worst thing that I have gone through. Those feelings are equivalent to each other, even though they're not the same situation.
Nah, what the? That's a bar.
Y'all.
How old is she now? 20?
21.
Oh my
God. Yo, guys, we used to call my sister Lily's sister.
Yeah.
Lily's sister.
She's a grown adult now.
Yeah, she's grown. But obviously, you know, she has these perspectives, and I feel like you can have certain perspectives at that age. Yeah. But then as you grow, you have other, like, super eye-opening. Like, everybody has their own set of realizations, I feel like, before that 25 mark.
Yeah.
Like, whatever it is that you have learned before 25, you have learned and you will stick with that. But what you haven't is gonna hit you like this right before. I don't know. I feel like that like hopefully not too bad with my sister because she knows how to like handle herself or whatever, but a little bit better than me. I do not envy her, but I wish I was kind of like her more in that sense where it's just like,
I mean, she's still gonna go through it because life, but like
she handled
she'll
it.
be more prepared. For
Yes,
sure.
yes. So it's like now I'm just trying to like, we used to fight a lot more, me and my sister. Like she used to annoy me bad, but it was because she would try to help me, like my therapist.
And you're like, no, I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
sister."
and so I just would refuse because, like I said, I hate being misunderstood.
Yeah.
I hate
Everyone does, yeah.
And I feel like for me, I don't know what it is. I feel like I gotta yell in somebody's face. The minute it's like, no, you're not hearing me. And it's like, no.
No, we hear you.
They hear you. They just have a different point.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, I get it now. And it's like, now it's like with my sister, like, we'll have like moments where it's like, no, but that's not what I said, and da-da-da-da. But then it's just like, there would be this like one really intense moment where she'd be like, da-da-da-da, and I'd be like, and then it'd be like, oh. I'd be like, okay, I see where you're coming from. And then we tried to like, the last time it happened was like, we went to Puerto Rico recently. I don't know if you saw that. That was so fun. I loved it. But I think the realization almost hit me right before I left. If I'm being honest with you.
I'm like,
yeah.
right before vacation is crazy.
Oh my God. I had to really just like, you're going to enjoy this vacation no matter what.
Yeah, I'm like, you're on a plane like, oh, fuck.
No, it was while I was like, right before I started to pack.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what happened. I just cried. I cried for like 2 hours. And then I was like, no, I gotta be fine in 5 minutes. I gotta pack. We're gonna go to Puerto Rico. I come back and like a day and a half later is when it happened. So it was like, it was bound to within.
Yeah.
Like I felt it coming. I just didn't want to admit it until it actually happened. And I was like, no, I gotta go and get help again. I gotta like, not that I don't know what to do without therapy, but maybe I can use therapy to help me stay consistent on like keeping those patterns alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because maybe I just need an outlet, you know, because sometimes I do feel alone. Therapy helps me not feel so like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Because that's a big thing. I feel crazy.
I mean, and that's really the purpose of therapy. Like, obviously, like they can help you work through stuff, but it's also like allowing you to outlet your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts on certain things.
Yeah, like I feel like when you talk about it, you're able to see something a little bit differently. Because when you're in your own head, it's like you make your own conclusions. Then when you talk to other people, you get outside perspective. It's just like, oh, I never saw it that way. And it's like, me learning that I hated being misunderstood helped me try to understand everybody else a lot better.
And I also think talking to people, like, it allows you to hear yourself. Because, like, when you're in your head, like, it's just literally in your head. But when you're vocalizing what you're saying,
you kind of realize sometimes how insane you sound.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm crazy.
Like, and I think that's also another thing. You don't like to talk about people because you're in denial.
Yeah.
You're in denial about the things that you don't want to admit about yourself.
Yes.
Like, I didn't want to admit that. Do you think I wanted to tell people like, oh, I go to work and then I come back home and I sit there?
No, you don't.
Like, that's not fun to tell anybody.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, well, why do you do that?
Like,
because I have to think.
Yeah.
What? Like, whoa. Like, and then even me saying this out loud right now, like, I don't even think I've said it out loud like in that way, the way that I just said it. But like, that's literally what it was. And I didn't want to like
acknowledge that.
Yeah, it's like, girl, you're literally sitting in your own misery. You're feeding it. You're feeding it by just not even asking for help, not talking to anybody else about it. Like, you'll talk about it like, yeah, I'm okay. What I would say was, I'm tired. Tired of what? Right?
That's crazy. I do the same shit.
Like, I'm tired. I'm not tired, but I'm tired.
Yes.
Like,
you're exhausting yourself because you're putting yourself through all that misery and
misery loves company. Even if that own company is like your own thoughts. Like, it's crazy. You could be miserable sometimes. Just don't sit in it. You know? And I feel like I've heard that so much in this past year, and I was like, I don't. Girl, you do. Like, you do. You definitely like sit there and like just. I don't feel bad for myself, but it's more like me trying to analyze every single thing that happens is taking up too much of my time to the point where it's just like I'm not working really on anything, you know? Stop trying to analyze why everything happens and start trying to like work on how to stop things like that from happening.
Or even like improving on things that you can improve on.
Mhm.
Like, don't try to change things that you can't.
Focus
really
on what you
impact.
can control.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I'm saying all these things, like, this is another moment right now. I'm having another moment where it's like, fuck, she was right. Because it's like everything that we're talking about right now is everything that this bitch used to tell me in therapy. And now I'm sitting here like,
Damn,
I'm
she's right.
just literally repeating what this bitch said to me. Like, I'm stealing her words right now. No, you actually just finally came to realize this.
Yeah.
But like, I am realizing like slowly, she was right about absolutely everything. Like,
She's a therapist.
yeah, yeah, sorry. I don't want to say her name.
Yeah.
I almost did. Like, but yeah, I'm sorry to that girl. So sorry to that girl. Like, you know, so sorry to that man. So sorry to that woman. Like, I feel like I gave her hell.
But I mean, not only is like it's part of her job, but it's like she also helped you, right? She gave you tools for you to realize these things about yourself. So it wasn't like you're stealing her words, like you're using her tools.
Yes, maybe it didn't happen in the moment, like while I was in therapy.
You were collecting the tools. You didn't realize it, but you were collecting the tools.
Go brain.
Yep.
Big brain.